जीवनम कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Again, we will listen to the wonderful discussions that Sri Ramakrishna is having with the devotees. And here we find an excellent example that God is not accepting everyone, whoever is coming. So that is very, very important for us to note. The one person has come and he is holding the toes of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and he is a devoted person. He is holding the toes and praying, and apparently his gesture, his behavior, everything shows that he is dedicated to God and he wants to get the blessings of God, the grace of God. But Sri Ramakrishna, he suddenly said to the Divine Mother in his own mood, "Mother, take him away." As if someone is bothering and he is asking the mother to take him away. He is the Guru. He is the Jagat Guru. And naturally, his so much of compassion, his love, his affection, and his concern for the devotees. But still he is saying, take him away. Why? So we are here, we are a little bit confused and hesitant also what will happen to us. Here we find that the person, Master said to Kedar, your mind is still attracted to worldly things. The ego and the attraction for the worldly things, at the same time apparently we are showing devotion, it cannot go together. Ram Ebang Kam, this do not go together. The desire for the worldly name, fame, bodily comfort and all this, at the same time I say that I will realize God, that one go together. One person, whenever he comes, he shows that he is a great devotee and he says that I have seen that Sri Ramakrishna is dancing. I kept quiet because his behavior is not showing that. So it is a sort of the show up, hypocrisy. So that is what Sri Ramakrishna perhaps telling about this person, and beyond the forest he is telling, inspiring him, go beyond, go beyond, go beyond. Because that story of that the brahmachari, and he is telling your mind is still attracted towards the worldly things. What is the use of saying you don't care for it? What is the use of saying that you don't care for it? We have to be genuine. We have to be guileless. We have to be free. Can we deceive God, who can see everything, who can understand everything? What a foolishness. So that is why it is better to come and surrender and totally like a guileless. So if he comes and says, I have committed wrong, I am doing wrong, I am very, very weak, I cannot control my mind and passions, but you please save me, whatever is good, please do that to me. That is the only way to get this salvation. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you have come to God, thinking about God is good, but don't stop over there. March you on and on and on. And he is telling like this, beyond the forest of sandalwood, there are many more things, mines of silver, gold, diamonds and other precious stone. Having a glimpse of spirituality, don't think you have attained everything. A glimpse of spirituality, that won't help. Whom he is telling, Sri Ramakrishna is very sincere, and that is why he won't say anything just to pacify some people. Okay, that will do. No, not like that. He is very, and that's why he said the Guru are three types. One, simply say, don't bother about whether the disciples are following it or not. Another will try, inquire, but the third one, the best Guru, he is very sincere. Again and again, he is trying to bring his disciple, his children, into the path of God. Why? Because he has seen God. He has realized God. And at the same time, he has realized the folly of this mundane world. And that is why he is so straightforward. He is so clear. There is no ambiguity in his teaching. Your mind is still attracted towards the worldly things. And why? What is the use of saying you don't care for it? One person came to Sri Ramakrishna and he told, Sir, I don't like to pray for God realization, spiritual development. I want money. Sri Ramakrishna was happy. Why? Because he is free. He is not deceiving. Whatever I am, I am. And I am your child, I am your son. So that way when we are approaching, then there is no problem. So that is the reason he is telling like this, and then describing his own life. There he is telling, I was like a happy pigeon. I used to frequent only happy families. In the happy families where people are happy, God also come over there. But the people are not happy. They are constantly fighting with each other, criticizing others, and the bad way of living. In the Buddhist, the teaching also, in the 8 paths that he is showing, that he is telling the life should be, in the household, the life should be very clear. I love to visit the free eating places. That means the place where the monks used to come and the rich people, they used to arrange their food. There's a free eating places, dharmashala, as in our country they say, dharmashala. The rich people, they will bring food for the holy people and they distribute them. So there he used to go. Why? I could easily, there he used to, holy men, and would watch them for hours. The holy men, they come over there, and Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I used to watch them for hours. How they are sitting, how they are behaving, what are the books they are reading. Ramayana and Mahabharata, I was very fond of Ramayana, Bhagavata. I could easily imitate them. When they are reading and the way they are reading, that everything. Then afterwards, Sri Ramakrishna was very fond of songs, and he asked some devotees to sing, and Ramlal, he sang. Then afterwards, Sri Ramakrishna is telling that a person is asking, Sir, is it necessary to have a guru? Up to this we discussed in the last time, that this is also that Nitya and Leela. We know that Nitya and Leela. Leela means all this manifestation, and Nitya means only one. The God is one without any second. So that is called Nitya. That is the truth, eternal, unchangeable. Then what is all this? Vedanta says it is illusion, it is Maya. But the devotees said, no, this is also the other way manifestation of God. The same God has manifested himself in this way. So they are telling like this. And we will read afterwards that this is Nitya and Leela. Sir, is it necessary to have a guru? How we will know that what is Nitya and what is Leela? How we will know that among these all varieties there is God? How we will know that all these varieties, they are so real to us, but in truth, in reality, it is not real. In reality, this is not real. We think in so many different ways, but in reality, this is not real. So how to understand that? So there Sri Ramakrishna is telling, yes, many need a guru. Guru means the preceptor. Always the people of doubt, the human with whom we are all the time living, whom we know, how can he guide us, take us to God? And therefore these questions. I have read all these books, I know so many things, why should I have to have somebody's guidance? So that is the problem, that is the reason these questions again and again coming up, and Sri Ramakrishna is very clear in answering, yes, many need a guru. He is not telling each and everyone need a guru, but many need a guru. But a man must have faith in the Guru's words. The words means the teaching that the Guru has given. Different people, they teach it in different ways. Once I have accepted a Guru, I must accept his words. Otherwise, it is of no use. It says that in the Master Mahashaya, in his original that Kathamritan Bengali, immediately after this word, he is giving a reference from Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 10th sloka, Yogi yunjita satata atmanam rahasi sthita ekaki yata chittatma nirashira aparigraha. Constantly practice concentration. Yogi should constantly practice concentration. Yogi yunjita satata atmanam rahasi sthita. Then he should retire into solitude, ekaki, alone, with the mind and body subdued and free from hope and possession, aparigraha. And nirashi, he is not having any hope. Asha, nirasha, nirashi. Asha means hope. Nirasha is no hope. The nirashi, without any hope. Hope for what? And nothing is going to happen to me, these and that. It never bothers. And what is this day? What is this holy day, this auspicious day, these, that? The ultimate person, he never bothers about anything, because constantly taking the name of God, remembering God, then the holy day, special day, what is that to him? The Ramachandra, constantly remembering this hour, Hanumanji remembering Sri Ramachandra. Then someone asked, what is this special occasion today? But I don't care, I don't know. For me, Rama, and I constantly remember Rama. So this is the special day that we worship specially, that is only for the very ordinary people. And constantly putting the mind on God, is it possible for everyone? That's why Master Mashi immediately gave a note below. This one, the 6th chapter, 10th sloka of the Bhagavad Gita, it is possible, those who can do it. But it is not so easy for each and every one to practice this. So that is why they are mentioning this, Yogi yunjita satata atmanam rahasi. Constantly putting the mind on God and all alone, without any company, without any craving, without any desire. If you can do that, you don't need the Guru. But to reach up to that stage, you need the guide. To reach up to that stage, you need the guide. And who can be Guru? Chandogya Upanishad says, Acharyavan Purusha. Acharyavan Purusha Veda. The Acharyans, those who are teachers, they know Veda, they know what? God. They know the Atman. And then only he is capable to become God. So that is why it says, Brahmanandaji said, you better examine Guru before accepting him as a Guru. Before accepting the person as a Guru, we try to examine, we try to know him, and then you must accept. And after accepting, there is nothing constantly listening to. You need not to follow his lifestyle, but his words, that is again and again. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Satchidananda is the Guru. Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa is the Guru. Because Guru, this power is there who can remove the ignorance. It is not so easy. And ignorance comes from ego. And that is the root of our birth. And that ego is coming, carrying all the impressions of the previous births also. Our desires, our everything, all these impressions carrying again and again, and so many births, we are carrying that, the huge, heavy load. Who can remove that? Only God can do that, nobody else. But what is this? And Sri Ramakrishna is telling, even a tree can be God. The tree can be God. In the Upanishads we find the story that the brahmachari is going out with the cows, and the teacher said, go on remembering that you are the pure one. You are the Satchidananda Sarupa. You are the Brahman. You are the Atman. You are the pure one, holy one. Go and remember. And when these 100 cow become 1,000, then come back. Or 1,000 become 10,000, then only come back. Go. That is the instruction. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is the way of Vedantic teaching. I tell you this, now it is up to you. You have to find out from within yourself the truth. So that person, the boy, with all faith, with all attention, with all the love for his Guru, devotion for his Guru, he has said, I will surely realize. He goes. And he is merged in that, alone, constantly remembering about, I am the holy, I am the holy, I am the all-blessed one. And constantly, suddenly he heard a bull is telling him, now we are 1,000, the number is full, we can return back to your Guru. He is not counting, and that bull is teaching him, this is that, this is that. Is it possible? Why not? Some people will be telling, is it possible? Why not? If God is all powerful, if God is everywhere, can He not manifest His power through that animal? It is also possible. It can manifest its power through that animal. And it is not imagination, it is true. Some people, they are hearing from the tree, they go and meditate that the tree is God, they will be going on meditating on that tree as God, and suddenly the tree speaks and instructs. And we have here, we read this type of instances in the Bible, in the Quran. The bushes, from the bushes the words are coming. Why from the bushes? When the person, he was sacrificing his best thing, his most beloved son, he was sacrificing for the God. Suddenly the bush told, no, you need not to do that. I was only examining you. Why from the bush? What is this bush? The same thing. When a human form speaks about God, it is that Satchidananda, through him, is speaking about God. So that is why the Guru, though in a human form, it is only the image and nothing else. That is why Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling, anything can be your guru if the God is giving his grace through anything. And there is a beautiful story that how it is possible. If you have the unshakable faith in the words of Guru, even an image can teach you. And that we find in the story of the Ekalabya. Ekalabya, he was an ordinary person, ordinary boy. He wanted to learn archery from the Drona, the famous teacher in those days. This is a story from Mahabharata. And the Drona, that story goes like this: he liked Arjuna and he wanted that in the whole India, that in Bharatvarsha, the best archer should be Arjuna. When this Ekalabya came to the Dronacharya, Drona told, no, I cannot teach you, I won't. But the Drona, though he said, the Guru said, I won't teach you, the disciple who came from the jungle, he returned back to jungle with a decision, he is my Guru and I am going to learn from my Guru. He made an image of the wood or something of Dronacharya. Dronacharya never knew that. But he made that image of that Dronacharya, accepted him as a Guru. He kept that image under a tree and started practicing the archery. And then one day came, when the Dronacharya came, along with his royal disciples, Arjuna and all others, and he found that wonderful tricks of the archery. He called that boy, who are you? I am Ekalabya. Whose disciple you are? Said, your disciple. But I never saw you. I don't know that you are my disciple. I didn't teach you anything. No, you have taught through this image. He took that Dronacharya. Before that image, Dronacharya was taken aback. It's a wonderful faith. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, it is the faith, your own faith. We drag the power of God, will bring the power of God through anyone, but you have to have the tremendous faith in that word of the Guru. So this is, when that person asked, is it necessary to have a Guru? Sri Ramakrishna is telling, yes, it is necessary. Then he is telling, but one cannot achieve anything through laziness. People who desire worldly enjoyment say about spiritual progress, well, it will all happen in time. We shall realize God sometime or other. Some people, they feel that they are intelligent, they feel that they understand many things, and they will say, I don't believe in God. What happens to me? We don't say anything, at least I don't answer. God knows what will happen to you. So this is a way they say they forget before birth where they were. Do they know that? No. Do they know after their death where they are going to go? No. How can you claim that you know everything? Just ego is speaking. And what is that ego? That is the binding force. A mother keeps on cooking while the baby is in bed, sucking its toy. But when it throws away the toy and cries for her, she puts down the rice pot and takes the baby in her arms and nurses it. It is said that in the Kali Yuga, if a man can weep for God one day and one night, he sees him. That is what Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Feel attached to God and say to him, you have created me. Now you must reveal yourself to me. Where you live in this world or elsewhere, anyway, fix your mind on God. So that is the way, that is the reason I always call the Kathamrita the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna as the Panchama Veda. As the Veda is teaching about the God, about the self, the Atman, and in this real way, because they realized, because the rishis they realized and they spoke similarly, the God himself, the God in the form of Sri Ramakrishna in this modern age is so clear about. The ignorant are like people living in a house with a clay walls. There is very little light inside and they cannot see outside. But those who entered the world after attaining the knowledge of God are like people living in a house made of glass. They also live in the house, but they can see outside, they can see inside. They know the folly, the temporariness of the external world, and at the same time they know what is true, what is eternal. Nothing exists except the one, that one is the Supreme Brahman. So long as he keeps I in us, he reveals to us that he who, as the prime energy, creates, preserves, destroys the universe. He is keeping the I in us, that is the ego. That's why we cannot see. That which is Brahman is also the primal energy. The manifestation is from the primal energy. So that is the reason we go and touch the feet of the senior people. Why? Because within them, the manifestation of that primal energy, senior, respected people, holy people, the people who are thinking and doing good to others, we go and pay our respect to them. Why? Materialistically, if we judge, they may not be in the same level of many others. The scientists or many others are there who are greatly, highly qualified people. Why then they come and touch the feet of a religious person? Because the manifestation of God in that person is more. That is the reason. The Brahman is the primal energy. Brahman and the primal energy at first appear to be two, but after attaining the knowledge of Brahman, one does not see the two. Then there is no differentiation. It is one without a second, Advaita, non-duality. The excellent way of teaching the Dvaita, Advaita. This is we here, we practice and we propagate Advaita. So that is the reason our everything is little different from others. Not much of importance in the ritualistical thing, that is also important. Ritualistics are also important. But if we know that when a person coming and knocking our door, ringing the bell, whatever may be the time, we are supposed to go and open. Why? He is coming to God. He is not coming to me. I cannot simply close it and say, no, go away. It is not. We can say, now the temple is closed. Maybe you have to wait a little, but please come. Do you like to have a cup of coffee? Or do you like a glass of tea, water? Or here is our bookstore, you can spend some time. Why? He is coming to God. That's why again and again I always try to say, this is the call of God that bring a person. Otherwise, the worldly attraction is so strong. Millions and millions people, how many they come to God, and particularly to the true philosophy, that is Vedanta. When you go to the Hindu temple, there are so many other occasions are there. You can perform the final rites of your deceased people. You can perform so many other things like the marriages, and so people they go, that is also necessary. But that is only primary. Unless and until we know the other day, I think yesterday, one gentleman came. He is belonging to a very strong party in India. They are also having a big good number over here. and they are supporting the Hindu cause. He came to meet me. He is a devotee and he has respect for the holy people, particularly the followers of Vivekananda. So when I was talking with him, I told him this is the thing that we must learn. Here also, if we simply arrest ourselves, keep ourselves bound by only ritualistic thing without knowing anything else, then we won't be able to make any progress. We'll be just like the children going on playing and never becoming a matured thinking person. So that is the reason Sri Ramakrishna is telling Brahman and primal energy appears as two. All these people that we see, sometimes we are telling, don't come to us, you are not allowed to come, this is the only thing I will do. Are you really telling the truth? Do you know what you are telling? That is the question we have to ask. And that is why the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is so important to read. One must study the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Many people, I am now receiving the letters from different people. They went to so many different faiths. And after ultimately, when they came and read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, they are so satisfied. We have got the answer. We are really encouraged. We now know what is this. So that is why it is so important to know. The master was very happy to see a musician. Why? Because you see that highest philosophy he is telling, whatever you see is nothing but the manifestation of God. Swami Vivekananda is telling, and that too standing on the soil of the South India, very, very devoted and orthodox people. There he is telling, before the image, before the temple of the Krishna, he is telling, you like to worship Krishna? Go to that place where the poor, the illiterate, the downtrodden are living. Go and worship them. And your Krishna here inside the temple will be happy. In the Bhagavata also, it says like this. He is telling to his mother that you people are worshipping only externally, and by that way not understanding me properly, or rather harming me. In the Devahuti, to Devahuti, the Kapila, he is telling, you are harming. You are not doing it properly. You are constantly thinking in this way. This is very, very wrong. So important this is. So he says, and he saw the musician and asked the musician to sing. Why? Through the song, through the music, the devotion rises. He spoke about the knowledge. He spoke about the jnana, Advaita, and immediately he is going to the devotion. This is the most important, special in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. We have seen many people, when they are in one sphere, in the jnana, in the path of knowledge, they are there. Rather, they are criticizing other paths. But here it is Sri Ramakrishna, he is talking about the Advaita Vedanta, that there is no two, there is only one. Swami Vivekananda said, each and every soul is nothing but the manifestation of the divinity. The divine nature is already there, only thing, it is in a potential stage. Not that out of emotion they are telling, we have to go and serve the poor, not out of emotion, out of the realization. Realizing that the same one, the same God, the same Brahman, the same Paramatma is manifested, has manifested in so many ways, so many forms. That is the excellent way of talking about the Vedanta. One cannot see God unless Maya steps aside from the door. So it's so easy. One cannot see God unless the Maya steps aside. If we are, Sri Ramakrishna mentioned that it is only one, and the manifestation through the primal energy and the Brahman are originally one? Naturally the question comes, if it is so, we are the created things of the primal energy. In that case, why we cannot understand it? Immediately he is giving the answer. He is telling one cannot see God unless the Maya steps aside from the door. What is this Maya? No one can explain. But we can feel. What is that feeling? We are always attracted towards the temporary things. That which will never exist, that which is imaginary, that which cannot give us the permanent happiness, we are so much attracted to all those things. This is our experience. Now if you ask yourself, if you ask the question yourself, why am I attracted to all this? Why cannot control my mind? The answer is Maya. That is the illusion. I said, this is why? Because of the illusion. What is this illusion? Maya. What is this Maya? Again the power of God. Why the God has kept this Maya? Then the answer is, it is divine sport, Leela. So this is the way it goes, but the Maya steps aside from the door when God shows His grace to the devotee. If it is so that because of the Maya we cannot see God, realize God, then how come that someone is realizing God and he is claiming that I have seen God? His life totally changed and he says that I have realized God and we believe in him. How it is possible? When the Maya is closing the door in between God and man, how a person can realize God? How the Maya is going away? When God, Yame Vaishe Brinute Tena Labhya. In the Upanishad it says, don't think you are trying, you are taking the name of God, you are meditating, you have left your hearth and home and become a monk, or you are a very pious and holy person. Don't think that God will bless you. No, not like that. There is no condition. Unconditional. And if he thinks that he will bless you, he will bless you. The moment he blesses you, what happens? Immediately you see all that was attracting you, binding you, dragging you down, removed. Immediately, just in a glance. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, when a dark room, if you light a lamp, what happens? In the dark room, the moment you light a lamp, immediately all darkness goes away. It's not that little the darkness will go at a glance. And to monument aside, because from the door when God shows grace to the devotee, when the visitor stands before the door, the doorkeeper says to the master, Sire, command us, and we shall let him pass. I am giving an example. There are two schools of thought. Sri Ramakrishna never studied, but heard of very educated people, because he used to go to keep quiet and listen, talking about these wonderful things. But most of the time we go and we talk and let them listen. So naturally they are quiet and so they cannot talk among themselves or between them. So here he says there are two schools of thought, Vedanta and the Purana. Purana means devotion. According to Vedanta, this world is a framework of illusion. That is to say, it is an illusory like a dream. Some people that doubt, is Sri Ramakrishna God? Even some of our monastic members also, sometimes they feel, why should we have to talk about Sri Ramakrishna so highly? Is Sri Ramakrishna God? What is? Yeah, our people. And they are spending their life in this thought. Why? Because they don't read gospel. And even when they read, unfortunately, because the God is not gracious on them, their darkness has not gone, the faith has not come, the belief has not developed, and the intellect is not clear. So that is the reason. Vedanta, according to Vedanta, this world is a framework of illusion. That is to say, it is all illusory like a dream. But according to Purana, the books of devotion, God Himself has become the 24 cosmic principles. The last Sunday we were discussing about that, the 20 cosmic principles. Now many of us, we do not know that philosophy, but Sri Ramakrishna knew, though he never read. And 24 principles he knew very clearly. Worship God both within and without. That is his own teaching. God is within, God is one, and all that you see is illusory. It is also true. It is true, because from the point of view of the Vedanta, the Vedantin, they have realized this, and it is true. Sri Ramakrishna is not denying. At the same time, he is telling there is another viewpoint is also there. That is the devotion. And in devotion, they say God has manifested in so many different ways. And today, in this Kali Yuga, at the present age, it is better to accept in that way. And that is why Swami Vivekananda, he introduced unselfish work for each and every one. And this is the first time in the history of the religious world that the devotees, the householders and the monks, both are practicing austerity, trying to realize God in the same way, in the same manner. Karma Yoga. When a person is cooking something and bringing over here, he is thinking, I am not going to feed people, I am going to feed the God. Sometimes I observe some devotee, they bring food and at the same time they invite their own relatives and friends. I am feeding today, you also come. They all came, they enjoyed the social, all these mixtures were there. Devotion, I am sorry, I may not be. May God bless them, just no, I have no problem. But according to this system, they are thinking, I am feeding to whom people, and people should appreciate. People should say, wrong, very, very wrong. When I am offering it to God, I am so humble. Whose food is this? Who has given you money? Who has created all these things? You? No. That's wrong. So this is called vichara. In the way of devotion, this vichara, this judgment, this discrimination should be there. And when you are possessing this discrimination, just the same thing, you are cooking, very ordinary thing. But with that ordinary action, because your mind is pure, constantly thinking of God, attentive to God, I am cooking for God, and the people who will come, they are devotees, within their heart, God is sitting, they will eat, they will be happy, God will be happy. That is the only way. And that is called Karma Yoga. Unless and until that Karma Yoga is performed, it is impossible. And that is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, according to the devotional path, God Himself has become 24 cosmic principles. Worship God both within and without. When you are worshipping God within, we close our eyes. We try to visualize God within our heart, and we don't like to talk to anyone. We don't like to mix with anyone. We want the solitude. We want the loneliness. We want to drag all our mind, scattered mind, from every object within, and then we offer that mind, open that mind for the manifestation of God. That is Vedantic way. Also devotion. And at the same time, how long we practice this meditation? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Some people they claim, but difficult to believe. But and suppose even you are doing that, even 14 hours are left. One monk came to Swami Gambhiranandaji and he told Swamiji, last 10 or 12 years I am working. I didn't get any vacation. In our monastic order, it's a huge order, different type of job, responsibilities. So monks are posted in different categories, and naturally sometimes they don't get the vacation if that is a constant duty. So he came and he was telling, please give me at least 3 months leave. I want to call on God. And Gambhiranandaji quietly said, this 13 years you didn't serve God and remember God, and can you make up within 3 months? This is the excellent way. He was a Vedantin. Gambhiranandaji, Swami Gambhirananda, his books are there. He was a Vedantin. But the Vedanta means the Vedanta practiced, realized and expounded by Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda. This is the why we are different. This Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda, we are the followers of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda. What is the speciality in Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda? They realized the truth, they practiced it in their own life, and they propagated the same philosophy for the betterment of the ordinary people. What is that? See God, worship God within and without. That is what Sri Ramakrishna said. And then as long as God keeps the awareness of I, so long do sense objects exist. There's someone telling that when all these external things are there, why it is there? This is the answer. I went to Cleveland and there someone was asking me, though if this is illusion, how come that all these things are existing? My grandfather saw them, my father saw them, I am seeing them. How can you just simply deny? I told, because all the 3 generations you are having the ignorance about the reality. Don't mind, but that is the truth. If you want to know the truth, that is the truth. Why I cannot see God in every being? Why all these things are still so much attractive to me? Because I is there. It's so clear. Sri Ramakrishna's teaching is so clear. Those who are sincere, they will never judge whether he is a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or Buddhist. This is for the spiritual development of. So this spiritual development, it says, as long as God keeps the awareness of I, mark the word, as long as God keeps the I am trying to eradicate I, and my try should be 100% sincere. And then along with my try, if God is gracious on me and removes that, then only it is possible. Then some people they say, if God is doing everything, if it is all predestined, why should I have to work? Why should I have to try? Because of this. By doing that, we are getting the attention of God. Again, Sri Ramakrishna, in some other places we will listen that story. He is explaining a cow was tied and his rope had maybe 20 feet. And in the 20 feet radius, the cow could eat. But the cow was seeing some green grasses beyond the 20 feet radius. And he was trying his best to reach over there. And his owner saw the poor cow is trying constantly to reach over there, and green grasses are there. Then he came and, okay. He extended the rope up to maybe another 10 feet. Maybe another 10 feet extension the cow got. That is called the grace of God. And when we are striving, crying, praying, practicing austerity, doing the charity, giving the charity, all these things when you are doing just like that, our strive attract the God's attention. Okay, I am coming. What do you want? I want your feet. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to realize you. And I want to know who am I. The moment we say I want to know who am I, approach from the Vedanta. When I say I want to see you, O God, my Creator, is the approach from the Bhakti. But the result is both the same. Both the result will be the same. Sri Ramakrishna, the Bhakta sees that he is God, has also become Maya again. This is a very new word. What is Maya? The God himself. He himself has become the universe and all its living beings. The Bhakta sees God, Maya, universe and the living being as one. Let me repeat this. The Bhakta sees God, Maya, universe and the living being as one. Is this Sri Ramakrishna is just telling as an intellectual person? No. Those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, you can remember the incident. Sri Ramakrishna saw, he is telling, I saw one day the goddess sitting in the sanctum sanctorium of the temple, the holy goddess, the image of goddess Kali, and the doorstep, and a cat, and a bad character lady, all are same. Can you imagine? Just telling on do, you have to realize it. So when he saw these, then all things were removed. So the God and the Maya, these devotees, the manifestation, all are nothing but the same. Same devotees see everything as Rama. It is Rama alone who has become everything. If only the so-called followers of Ramachandra, so-called followers of Sri Krishna, so-called the Hindus, we could understand these, then why this casteism? Why these Brahmana and Shudra? Why these you don't come to me and I won't go to you? Why this I am holier than thou attitude? Because we don't understand this. We only work through the emotion. In the life of Shankaracharya, it is all there. And at the same time, Sri Ramakrishna, who was the Brahmana himself, and so pure a Brahmana, he is telling the devotee, and if you cannot see that the Rama has become everything, then you cannot claim yourself as devotee. You are only trying to become a devotee. So it is clearly he is telling he himself has become everything. The devotees say it is Rama alone who has become everything. Some sees everything as Radha and Krishna. To them it is Krishna alone who has become the 24 cosmic principles. It is like seeing everything green through a green glasses. He mentioned about the Rama, he mentioned about the Krishna, to two very popular gods. So that is why the Rama and the Krishna and anything that you are worshipping, nothing wrong, but don't say it is only within this frame, within this image and there it ends. It's very wrong. So that is why we must have to learn like this. Then he is telling Bhakti scripture admits the manifestation of power are different in different beings. Why so different? A Brahmana and a Kshatriya and a Vaishya and a Shudra, what is the difference? Manifestation. Next class we will study like that, and Sri Ramakrishna will be talking about 8 types of bondages. That is tying down, binding down each and every one, and we cannot get the liberation, the 8 fetters. And the next day we will study that. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa drita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow